Right now on this Wednesday morning, you can see traffic zipping along, slowed down in some spots. Ken will have a check on that in just a minute. You know, we're learning new details about the online activity of a father accused of purposely leaving his son to die in a hot car. Much of the evidence for motive in this case came from Justin Harris's computer, smartphone, and tablet. Police say Harris visited a child-free website and researched how to survive prison and how a hot car death occurs before the 22-month-old died. Police have also revealed the father was sexting while his son was dying in the parking lot outside of his office. And, you know, beyond the tragic death of an innocent child here, this case is putting a lot of focus on how permanent our online activity is. Everything you post online combines to make your digital footprint. So what exactly is a digital footprint? Clearly, it is helping police solve some very important cases, but it's also something that we should all know about as we navigate with our phones, our tablets, and our computers. Now, we have a certified ethical hacker. Charles Tendell is with us here via Skype this morning. Charles, thank you so much for joining us. I want to start with the digital footprint, the big picture. What exactly, how would you describe a digital footprint?
Well, good morning, Kirk, and thanks for having me. You have to think about everything that you do online, on your computer, on your smartphone, and just about anywhere that's going to be connected to the internet. It leaves kind of a trail. It leaves information about you, your computer, where you're located. You know, all of those wonderful privacy things that you think you have online are kind of an illusion in some cases. You know, there's a lot of information that's left behind, you know, just from you going and checking your Facebook or checking your Twitter account or anything like that. And as you go through it, you kind of leave this wonderful breadcrumb trail about, you know, where you've been, what you've searched, and what you've looked at online.
Well, and a lot of people might say, you know, I use incognito mode on my browser, I erase my history, I delete my text messages. Does that get rid of your digital footprint, or does it go even deeper than that?
Well, that sometimes gets rid of it on your machine, and that just gets rid of it for basic people searching for it. So if you were to go looking for it, you'd probably not be able to find it. But if someone like me or one of my colleagues were to go looking for it, there's no telling the kinds of information that are there. Just because you delete something off of your computer doesn't necessarily mean it's gone forever. It's stored in other places on your machine. It's stored on different servers on the internet. It's stored in a lot of different places that you may or may not have control over.
And you know, we're not telling thieves to you know, erase their history to hide their tracks, but we are trying to let people know that there is a footprint out there. What is a simple way that you tell people to think about navigating the internet when they're doing things? Should we keep this in our mind?
You should always keep that your search history and all these other things. If you're doing something wrong, you should always pretty much just assume that if somebody wants it really badly, they're going to find your information. You know, so be careful what you're putting online. Know that anything that you search can and will be used against you in a court of law if necessary. And just be kind of mindful. You know, it's in this particular case, it's really tragic to hear that he was looking up how to get away with this beforehand. You know, and the way they found it was just, you know, basically his search history that's stored locally on his machine. And even when you use tools like incognito mode and private browser, it still doesn't stop.
Right. Charles Tendell, a certified ethical hacker, giving us some insight. Thank you so much for talking with us. It is a different world than it ever was, and the bottom line is don't do bad stuff, and you can't get caught for anything. Charles, thank you so much for that. Jen, Brooke, over to you guys.
Pleasure.
That guy is cool. He is like a certified ethical hacker, like something out of a novel, right? But, you know,